Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this plenary session on future vaccines. Delighted that you could all join us. My name is Cormac Sheridan. I'm a journalist with BioWorld Today, a US-based publication owned by Thomson Reuters. We're going to be looking at where we are with vaccines and where we're trying to go. There's obviously been, over the last 100 years and more, considerable progress made in terms of bringing new vaccines to people to save them from potential infection with potentially dangerous diseases. The sort of general claim the industry makes is that there's 2.5 million lives saved every year through immunization. And yet, obviously, it's not an optimized situation at all. There are still sort of infectious agents, particularly viruses, but also bacteria, that continue to kill millions of people, particularly in the global south. HIV, TB in particular, but also agents that actually are routinely controlled in Europe are not controlled in sub-Saharan Africa, for example. Rotavirus is a major causative agent of diarrheal illness, which imposes huge burdens on vulnerable populations. We've obviously heard of the media-friendly infectious threats, the emerging agents like Zika virus, Ebola virus. They get huge amounts of attention. They do impose public health burdens and economic burdens on the countries in which they've emerged from. And also, of course, they do kind of pose potential threats to us here in the West. So that's another kind of area which is kind of quite hot in the vaccine debates right now. But also that there is the general question as well of the vaccines that we actually have being suboptimal. There was a very, very interesting and sobering report in the UK just last week that the increase in mortality in England and Wales, this is preliminary data, was at its highest last year since 1968. And I think a large factor in this was the relative lack of efficacy of the seasonal flu vaccine that was available that year, combined with the prevailing influenza virus that was circulating at that time, which it particularly affects older people. So we have a very, very high-quality panel that is going to look at every aspect of this, I think, from civil society, from industry, people who are at the very interface of public-private partnerships, and people who are also at the cutting edge of what's happening in terms of basic science and also in terms of clinical science.